Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amir Poonawala. I am a licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand and migration agent for Australia. Please click the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel. Push the bell icon so you can get regular updates. And if you like the video at the end of this session, please press the like button. And yes, just to make it more interesting for you guys, from now on, I will be sharing with you amazing videos of all the places that we have visited here in New Zealand and Australia in the past, or the ones that we are going to visit in the near future once the lockdown is over and the COVID-19 crisis is under control. Yes, we will start traveling once again and bring lots of interesting videos for you guys. Yeah. Like always, before we start our today's video, I would like to read out our legal disclaimer for this video, which is as follows. This video has been made for general knowledge and information sharing purpose, sourced from publicly available information, and does not in any way constitute as immigration advice from my side. The owner of this video, that is myself, is not liable in any way whatsoever for the information provided in this video. The immigration policies, procedures, fees, legislation, and other statutory requirements may change at any time, and we have no control or influence over them. And the content of this video may become irrelevant or obsolete. Please exercise due diligence before taking any steps with regards to your immigration and or visa application matter, and preferably avail professional help and advice for each of your unique situation if you wish. You agree to this and understand this before watching this video. Thank you. Okay, today we are going to talk about another hot topic, and that is how to apply for an entrepreneur work visa application for New Zealand. And trust me, this is a very, very vast topic for me to be able to cover in one video. Since there is a whole lot of criteria to be met at every step, at every step you need to be continuously meeting the requirements of this visa category. You must remember the basic objective of this visa category is to contribute to the economic growth of New Zealand by allowing experienced business people to come to New Zealand and to establish a high growth and innovative business concept, and or it should have some potential for export as well. On an ongoing basis, we receive a lot of calls from business persons around the world who are wanting to relocate to New Zealand, and they are wondering what options are available to them. And we always have to kind of repeat the information that we are going to provide in this video again and again, over and over, to different people. And that is one of the reasons I decided to make this video, so that in the future we will be able to share a link of this video with you guys, so you can get a good idea of what this category is all about. It's quite obvious that many people who are wanting to relocate to New Zealand have very little to no idea about the process involved or the pitfalls in the process, And I always want to remind our clients and viewers and our prospective clients as well that making a visa application is not all about filling forms. There is a whole lot of various criterias that you need to meet. There is a whole lot of other policies, procedures that you need to follow. And trust me, this is not a very common knowledge, and not everybody is able to do it right. Uh, this is where we at G.E.M.S International come to your help, to your advantage, and we can assist you with preparing, compiling, and lodging a visa application in a way in which the immigration department would like to receive it and see it. And this is our expertise that is available for you, and we highly recommend that you avail professional help when it comes to lodging any visa application, and all the more important when it comes to investor class visa categories. So please bear that in mind. It has been our mantra to get it right first time, and we apply this mantra to every visa application that we process for our clients. Uh, Not just that, once your visa application is submitted, we also continue to liaise with the respective immigration department and follow up with them with regards to your application till the finalization of your application. So we are with you through and through this process till you receive an outcome of your visa application. Many a times, many people have this question in their mind whether we can provide them with a guaranteed visa. And I would like to very sincerely advise you that there is no such thing as a guaranteed visa. Since you can understand that the decision of whether to grant you a visa or not is totally in the hands of the respective immigration department. We have no control or influence on that decision making process. So, if you can understand this, it will be automatically clear to you that no one can guarantee you a visa. Not just us, no one can. If somebody is guaranteeing you a visa, this could be an indication that something is not right, something is fishy. And this can many a times happen if you are approaching an unauthorized agent. They are most likely going to give you some false promises of getting your visa sorted 100%. They may guarantee you visas, they may guarantee you permanent residence here. So please don't fall prey to all these empty promises that many unauthorized agents around the world make to their clients. And remember that there is no guarantee for any visa for any country when you are dealing with us. Thank you for your understanding. But we can assure you one thing, that we will always utilize our professional skills, our experience, and our know-how that we have in this area, which is our expertise, and we will utilize all this to your advantage, and we will try our best to achieve the outcome that you are expecting. And this is something that you must remember, that we have been trying countless clients to achieve successful outcome at the end of the whole process. So we will try our best, but remember, there is no guarantee. Thank you. In our today's discussion, we will continue talking about the various criterias, the various policies that cover the entrepreneur work visa category. New Zealand, as you must be aware, is one of the most sought after destinations to live, work, and settle down, to start a business, to invest, and even for retirement. Amongst various other top destinations around the world, I believe New Zealand is one of the best destinations if you are thinking of investing your hard-earned money and you want to settle down in a country that is safe. I mean, safety is of paramount importance, you know. Uh, when it comes to safety, New Zealand is one of the safest countries in the world for you to live in, and it is the number one choice basically for many people. Apart from that, you get this bonus of enjoying the 100% pure Kiwi lifestyle, the best nature has to offer, a pollution free environment, enjoy the stunning New Zealand beauty, and much more that you will experience when you are physically here in New Zealand and start living here. Okay, currently you can only lodge your entrepreneur work visa application on a paper application because the online channel is still not available since there are ongoing enhancements being made to the immigration online systems. So at the moment we can only do it on a paper application, which is fine. However, our preferred mode of applying for any visa is online, since it is a very efficient and hassle-free channel of submitting your visa application and the ongoing follow-up that is required. Also, I would like to point out in this video that giving immigration advice is a licensed profession, and we highly recommend that you avail professional help from a licensed immigration advisor at all times. Since if you are getting help from an unauthorized person, chances are they could damage your application beyond your imagination. And this is a very vast topic that I don't want to get into at this stage. But please bear that in mind that getting your visa applications prepared and submitted through uh, unauthorized agents is a very no-no, I would say, you know, because many such unauthorized agents have very little or they could have incomplete knowledge of the whole process. And forget about the process, they could be providing you immigration advice unlawfully in the first place, you know. Knowledge process is all comes later on, but the first and the foremost thing is that they could be in breach of the New Zealand immigration law by providing you immigration advice. So please remember, you may not be aware of this, and I thought I will mention this in this video, that providing immigration advice is a licensed profession. We are licensed immigration advisors for New Zealand, and you can rely and trust us, and we will always work with you on ethical grounds. Thank you for your understanding. Please note that currently, due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, New Zealand borders are currently closed for all international travelers, with a few exceptions. Also, all major international airlines are also no longer operating flights to New Zealand. Obviously, apart from a few mercy flights to bring New Zealanders back to New Zealand and some cargo flights uh, could be operating. So I just wanted to give you this quick update on the COVID-19 front. Okay, so let's talk more about the entrepreneur work visa category. This visa is mainly granted to people or applicants who want to remain self-employed in their own business that they are going to start, or either they are going to buy a existing business in New Zealand, and they must continue to meet with the requirements of this visa at all times. Regarding your family, your partner, your children, they can also join you and come along with you to New Zealand, and they may be issued temporary visas if they meet all the requirements so that they can join you here and stay with you in New Zealand. Okay, this visa is generally granted for a period of 3 years, and the concerned immigration department charges only one fee and levy for this whole duration. I will not mention about any fees um, that the department charges or our fees in this video, because the fees are likely to change and there is no such flat fee that we charge. Our fees are charged on a case to case basis, um, depending on your business plans. So you can definitely check with us at the point when you are planning to start your visa application process, and we will advise you at that point of time the current fees that are prevailing then. In the first 12 months of this visa, you are expected to start up your business venture in New Zealand and commence this agreed business activity that you have indicated in your business plan. This is a very crucial and important phase uh, for any applicant to ensure that whatever has been agreed or indicated in the business plan uh, is being implemented in this 12 months period. And let's say for some reason, there could be various reasons, you are unable to implement your business plan, and your business plan and your startup phase does not go as per the business plan. uh, Please remember that your visa will expire after 12 months if you are not able to provide the required evidence to the immigration department with regards to what is happening with your business activities. Uh, there is a whole bunch of documents. I will not be going into that in detail here, but there is a whole bunch of evidence, documentary evidence, that you will have to provide on the completion of 12 months to the immigration department to satisfy your business migration specialist over there that your business is indeed now in place and is operating the way it should. And yes, if you do manage to provide all the required evidence to the respective immigration department, then they may allow you to continue running the business for the remainder of the 3 years. So this is something that you need to be aware of, and every application is a very unique application, and the immigration department on a case to case basis will decide whether you meet the requirements after 12 months or not. But yes, during this phase of 12 months, you can still avail our professional help, and we will continue to guide you and support you so that you are able to meet the required criteria. Uh, our services do not just end once you are in New Zealand, but if you want, you can continue to avail our services even after arriving in New Zealand, and we will be happy to support you on an ongoing basis for all the upcoming years. Okay, so we will get into those details a bit later on, but let's get a basic idea of what this visa is all about. Another thing that you must remember while you are on this visa in New Zealand, that you must not apply for any social welfare benefit payments because you are simply not eligible for it, because this is still a temporary visa that has been issued to you. On the final completion of the 3-year period and subject to you meeting all the requirements of this visa, and if everything goes well, then at that stage, then we can apply for your residence. That is a different topic. I will cover that in a different video. So let's not get into that direction now. Let's cover this temporary visa phase in which you will be in New Zealand. Let's cover this phase now. Okay, so let's get down to the basic requirements or criteria for this visa category, which I have noted down as bullet points, and we will go through them one by one. So the first and the foremost criteria is that you must have a minimum capital investment of 100,000 New Zealand dollars. Unless this requirement has been waived off for various other applicable reasons, we will not get into that now. Number two, which is again a very critical criteria, is that you must have scored a minimum of 120 points to be able to apply for a visa under this category. Now again, there are various factors through which you can gain points, and that's a very lengthy discussion and it could just go on and on. So we will touch this if at all you want to apply for this visa, and we will explain you in depth how this points calculation is done. Okay. Point number three is you must be able to provide a specific business plan for the business venture that you want to implement or carry out in New Zealand. And this should meet the requirements of the policy. Okay. Okay. Point number four again is another mandatory requirement, is that you should hold the necessary occupational registration if required to operate such a business in New Zealand. So there are several requirements when it comes to different types of businesses, and some businesses may require registration to be done even before you can start the business. So this is something that we will advise you once we know what is your business plan, what is your project, and we will guide you about this at that stage. Another criteria is that you must not have been made bankrupt, or you must not have had a business failure in the 5 years preceding the date of such an application that is being made. That is another thing. I mean, if you have suffered any major business crisis, uh, there are various other factors, but I have touched the most important one here. Okay. Another factor is that you must also not have been involved in a business activity that was fraudulent in nature. So that is very important when it comes to making this visa application. Uh, that you should be operating your business in an ethical manner. Uh, we will get into the details once we get to know your business plan. Another criteria is that you must be able to provide, like I said earlier, all the documentary evidence to show that you have sufficient funds apart from the amount of capital investment, that is $100,000. You must have additional funds to show that you will be able to finance your business. For the running of your business, you will need additional financial budget. So this is an additional requirement on top of the capital investment that you will show. So you should have these funds available with you, and also you will have to show adequate funds for the maintenance of yourself and family, and for the payment of your accommodation. It could be rent or whatever else that you are planning to arrange for your accommodation. So this is another important requirement. Other requirement is that you should have sufficient business experience. Now this is a very important criteria in terms of the fact that many people may have millions of dollars with them, but if they don't have sufficient business experience relevant to the business plan that you have prepared, then you are not getting anywhere, you see. For example, if you want to start, let's say, a cafeteria in New Zealand, you should have business experience in running a cafeteria successfully for several years. Now, how many years experience you require, and all those factors we will discuss on a case-to-case basis with you. So, yeah, then comes uh, another important part, that your family, your partner and children should also continue to meet the visa requirements and the visa conditions at all times once the visa has been granted to them and while they are in New Zealand with you. So it is a very critical factor. Another important criteria is that you must meet the fit and proper person requirement for this visa. The next criteria is that you must also meet the English language requirements for this visa category, which simply means that you must have a certain level of fluency in the English language. English language is widely used in New Zealand. All the day-to-day work that is done, all the paperwork, all the day-to-day transactions, everything is in English. So there is an English language requirement to be met. What the requirement is, we will discuss in length when you get in touch with us. And last but not least, your business must not constitute any unacceptable risk to New Zealand. This is quite obvious, but I have to point this out. And yes, there are a bunch of other requirements which we will discuss uh, at a later stage if you are keen to apply for a visa under this category. Now, in some instances, it may so happen that the business that you would like to start in New Zealand may already be existing in New Zealand. And if you are lucky, such business activity could be up for the grabs in the sense that their current owner is wanting to sell their business for whatever reasons. Uh, and if this is the case, then you will be required to obtain and provide a whole lot of other documentation for such business that you are keen to buy. And this may include, but not limited to, financial records for previous years of such business, the number of staff that are currently working there. You may also need to provide a conditional purchase and sale agreement. And the immigration department could also ask you to provide an independent valuation of the business, etc., etc. There could be heaps of other documents, but the most important ones. I will reiterate that your business project should either be a high growth area business or it should be new and innovative concept of business or your business should have an export potential in the future, obviously once it starts operating in New Zealand, or it should have a combination of any of these three. The more the business that you are going to do covers these areas, the more the chances are that your visa is likely to be approved. Okay, so now let's look at some basic steps that one must follow before applying for such a visa. Step number one is quite obvious. You must know in the first place whether you are eligible to even start the process of this visa application. And how can you find it out? You must get a formal assessment report made from a licensed immigration advisor to find out whether you are eligible or you are not eligible. This is a very crucial and important step. In this step, we will request you to provide us with a bunch of documents. We will do our homework. We will analyze. We will also analyze and review all your past business history, and we will arrive at a points tally table to see whether you are getting the required points or not. And we will provide you with an assessment report that will indicate whether you qualify to apply for this visa or you don't. So please remember, this first step is crucial. You can't jump this step and simply go ahead and apply, you see. So step two, let's say for example we do a formal assessment of your credentials and all the documents that you provide us, and we find out based on our preliminary assessment that you are eligible to apply for an entrepreneur work visa for New Zealand. Then comes the obvious next step is to start arranging all the supporting documents which is required for this step. And yes, we will always provide you with a customized checklist of documents that you need to arrange in order for us to start compiling your application and be able to submit it to the respective immigration department. Again, due to the exhaustive nature of this list of documents, We will not go through all those required documents here in this video. But yes, we will explain this to you in depth if at all you want to apply for this visa and you would like to avail our services for this purpose. So, okay, next step, let's say for example, you have managed to organize and provide us with all the supporting documents. The most critical document in this whole bunch is your business plan. When it comes to preparing a business plan, you have two options. Either you can prepare your business plan on your own or through someone that you know, that is one option, or you can request us to prepare your business plan. Now, please remember that preparing a business plan and providing immigration services, these are two different areas. So we will advise you at that point what is the cost involved in preparing a business plan for you depending on your project or depending on the size of your project. We will let you know. But yes, we do provide this service of preparing a business plan for you, and we are good at it because we know what exactly is required in this business plan. So we will recommend that you leave this task in our hands because it's good to have everything in one place, you know. And then once your application is compiled and submitted to the immigration department, you must allow anywhere between 12 to 24 months, I would say, for processing of this application. Nowadays, due to the enormous backlog of applications with the immigration department, and again with this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the chances are that processing will take even more time. So you must plan well in advance accordingly, expecting this application to get processed any sooner is not going to happen really. So I have to be very upfront with that. Also, to remember that once your application is submitted, you must always keep us informed if there is any change in your circumstances. Now, change in your circumstances could be of different types. It could be a change in your relationship with your spouse, your partner, or it could be a change in your uh, current existing business operations which you are managing overseas. Either that business has closed or uh, you have gone bankrupt or whatever the change may be. I suggest that you do let us know uh, if there is any change in your circumstances, and we will analyze and see whether it is required to be conveyed to the immigration department uh, or it may have an impact on your visa application or not. We will let you know at that stage. Why this is important is because of some change that has taken place in your circumstances. You may no longer remain eligible to continue with the process of your application, and this is the reason I am reiterating that you must inform us if there is any major or minor. You let us know, and we will then decide what is to be done with it. So what happens during this processing time frame of 12 months or more is that the immigration department carries out an in-depth verification of all the information you have provided, your credentials and all the supporting documents, your business plan, your profile, your business experience, everything could be verified. I mean, you must remember that whatever information you provide has to be true and correct at all times. Because during this process, if they find any abnormality uh, while cross-verifying the information you have provided in your application, it can only delay the process uh, because they will obviously come back asking for further information, further documentation, and this can just delay the process. So we need to provide everything intact in the first attempt itself. Also, you must remember when it comes to making any visa application that the concerned immigration department is likely to call you up for a telephonic interview. And especially when it comes to this category of visa, the chances are they will call you up for an interview uh, to cross verify certain facts and figures that have been indicated in your application. They may also try to find out what is your level of English, for example. When you are with them on a telephonic interview, they will also assess that aspect as well. Sometimes they may ask you to redo your English language skills test, so or English language proficiency test. They may ask you to reappear for that if they are not satisfied with the level of English that you are speaking. This is very important for any businessman to survive in New Zealand because New Zealand is an English speaking society. Even though we are multicultural and multinational, uh, we have different communities and different communities speak many languages. The official language is the English language, and it is very, very crucial that you are able to speak English at that level. I mean, being in a business without the required fluency in English could be very disastrous, you see. So, yes, there will be various other reasons for which they may call you and they may ask you a number of questions. It is very important that you are fully aware and well aware of what you have indicated in your own application. Once the whole application is submitted, we always provide you a copy of that application so that you can go through the whole content over and over again and familiarize yourself with your own application. So, in case if such interview happens, you are well informed about your own facts and figures. At times, given the vast nature and volume of this application, it may happen that you may forget some facts and figures, and this could amount to you giving them some information which does not match with what is indicated in your application. So this could be a big blunder if something like this happens. So you must at all times remain aware of what has been indicated, mentioned in your own application. Also, you must remember that if you are at the time when you receive such a call from the immigration department, if you are busy, if you are driving, if you are not able to proceed with that call, you can always request them to call you back later on at a different time on a different date, and hopefully they will accommodate your request uh, if you are unable to proceed with that call at that point of time. Yes, now again with the questions that may be asked during such an interview, we will provide you with a list of likely questions that may be asked during such an interview. Uh, if required, we will also provide you some training in the form of conducting some mock interviews with you, and just to bring your confidence level to the required degree so that you are able to face such an interview call in a confident and nice manner. So yes, we will prepare you. You don't have to worry about it. But you must remember that the case officer, the immigration officer who is handling your case can ask any question relevant to your application, relevant to your background, relevant to all your plans. So you should be always well informed. You should remain well prepared and complete this interview in a nice fashion. You see, this is very important. So please remember that what all we have discussed in this video, I feel is still just the tip of the iceberg. There is a whole lot of criterias, complex criterias to be met at every step uh, to ensure that you meet all these different requirements and criterias. So, and it is not just that you have to meet these criterias before making an application. You will need to continue meeting these criterias after making the application and after arriving in New Zealand. So you must remember this, and we will guide you and we will support you in this process so that you remain on the same page uh, that is required by the immigration department. So let's say finally you have managed to cross all the hurdles like a ninja warrior and your entrepreneur work visa finally gets approved. Wow, trust me, this is literally like a moment of victory for any applicant and also for us because it's a huge application, and the amount of time it takes in preparing all this is also enormous. Uh, and yes, once it is approved, you are well on your way to packing your bags and arriving in New Zealand to start your new life, new chapter, new business. And yes, welcome to New Zealand. Thank you. All right, so I believe I have given enough idea, enough information to you about this visa category. I'm sure you will have many other questions hovering in your mind. You are most welcome to call us to book a consultation time with us. If you are visiting New Zealand for some reason, we are happy to meet you in person. Or if you are overseas, in most cases, we can have a telephonic consultation and address all the other queries that you may have. Please also kindly remember that all the services that we provide are paid services right from the very first consultation. So please bear that in mind when you approach us, when you contact us. This will save your time and our time as well. Thank you for your understanding. I always like to point out that due to the tricky and complex nature of various visa applications, we highly recommend our viewers and prospective visa applicants that you avail professional help from a licensed immigration advisor at all times with any of your visa application lodgement. At G.E.M.S International, we not only provide you with professional help but expert advice, and you can reach us round the clock on our WhatsApp mobile number 0064 221 786007, and we will be happy to assist you. Most likely we will book a time for you so that you can call us at that scheduled time and discuss further with us. We also arrange visas for several other countries. And again, due to the exhaustive list of these visas and types of visas, you can contact us with your individual requirement, and we will be happy to assist you with that as well. Thank you once again for watching this video. We hope you found this information useful. We will be back with another interesting video soon on how to apply for various other visas, and if there are any updates on the immigration front, we will bring that to you. So please subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and smash the like button if you like this video. And until then, goodbye, stay safe, maintain social distancing, wash your hands regularly, and see you next time. Thank you.